It's Mubbina Hashmi and welcome to my YouTube channel Truth is Here. As always, I always introduce my YouTube channel Truth is Here by explaining why I'm uploading these videos for the public to become more aware of my situation, which unfortunately spans some 18 years. I've been a victim of organised persecution, formalised monitoring by the Section 60 pharmacy order, which effectively is the same way as persecution, as I'm going to demonstrate. In fact, I've already demonstrated this on a number of videos, which I hope you can view at your own leisure, including the beehive rape video, the Smethwick break-in attempt by somebody one night whilst I was resident in Birmingham in the Smethwick area. Excuse me, I have a dry cough, and so therefore every now and then I break up. So please bear with me. As I was saying, so yes, I've uploaded these videos because I believe that the global village needs to know what's been going on in my life now for at least 18 years. In this video, I'm just going to go over some very personal details to do with my marital status, and I've already done a video specifically on the subject, and this is really in effect an add-on to that video and just further elaboration on the topic. I'd like to emphasize that I am still a miss. I've never been married, and to this day I am a miss. I've also never had any physical relationship with any male or female for that matter, and so yes, I am still single in every sense, and and really that's really what I'd like to talk about today. In the past, I've received smear invites for cervical screening from the GP, my local GP, and that is actually normal. Everyone in the UK, United Kingdom, all females at a certain age receive these letters, and it's really one of those Health of the Nation screening programs, which is supposed to pick up on cervical cancer whilst it's still in the early stages. Now, just for those of you who don't really know, cervical screening only can affect people who have either been sexually active in their lives or are currently sexually active. And therefore these individuals are susceptible to being able to get the HPV virus, which how shall I just, let me just see the specific name of the virus. It can affect both men and women in sexual intercourse, but it's only women who actually can get cervical cancer, obviously, because the males don't have the same genital system as women. Yes, it's the Human Papilomavirus, and that can only really become cancer in women who are sexually active or have been sexually active, either with male partners or with female partners. As I've explained, I have never had a physical sexual relationship with either to this day. And some people might find that strange, they might find that unusual, but it really is the case. And so I find it extremely offensive when the GP insists that I have a cervical screen. And I've explained in the past, I've contacted them when they've sent me these letters, and I've explained to them my situation with great sort of emphasis and, you know, some explanation as well. On one occasion, going back a few years in about 2012, I received such an invite, and I got in touch with my local GP practice nurse and asked her to call me back. I wasn't able to get through to her straight away, just to kind of clarify the issue with her. She telephoned me, and I'd like you to listen to the conversation that took place between us back then. It's really self-revealing what's going on here. and it will tie in with another video I'm doing to do with the attempt of somebody to break into my flat in Smethwick in 2008 whilst I was resident in Birmingham, when somebody attempted to break in, and luckily I was fortunate enough not to have been attacked physically or even to have had to have any encounter with this individual, because I telephoned 999 and frightened him away by turning on the lights. However, the police refused to accept this and insisted that I'd invited him in for a drink, against all the evidence. And on the same day, I received a request for a smear from my local GP practice on exactly the same date that the police sent me the information, insisting that I had invited somebody in for a cup of tea. And so I really think I need to share this with you, and you can hear the practice nurse telling me to come in and have a smear, even though I've explained that I am a virgin and have never had a physical relationship, or more specifically a sexual relationship. Listen to this.
Hello, Mubbina speaking.
Oh, hello. My name's Molly Jenkins. I'm a practice nurse at Matrix Specialist.
Oh, hi, thanks for getting back. I was just getting a call. Basically, I've got a letter from yourself, Avon Health Authority, and it's just inviting me for cervical screening, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Right, okay. I just wanted to know on the systems, because I haven't ever been a patient registered on someone in the long distance past.
You are registered with the practice, and you do have, we have got your medical notes on record. But according to our records, you were due to have a claim then in 2004.
2004?
Yes.
Right, okay.
And prior to that, you would have been due one because they're every 5 years. Prior to that, sorry, every 3 years. Prior to that, you would have been due one in 2001.
Right, so 2001, then 2004, then 2007, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, because I've had one, I think, an invitation in 2004 or 2001, and I rang up and I explained that I'm a Muslim, I'm Muslim or whatever, I'm Mubbina Hashmi, I'm not married, and I've never had any relationship.
Okay, yeah.
I'm told if that's the case, then you don't need one. Is that right?
Not necessarily. Hold on a minute. I'll just discuss with my colleague a moment. Choice. It's not to investigate any conditions or sexually transmitted diseases. It's a screening program, and all we're doing is looking at taking cells from the cervix to see if there's any changes that could have taken place that might ultimately become cancer cells that could turn into something more sinister.
What I'm saying is it's only a request for women who are in a relationship.
No, it's all women.
Is there women who have contact?
No, it's all women. All women are entitled to it from the age of 24 to 60.
Okay, entitlement. I understand entitlement, but I'm thinking about relevance. Is it relevant for somebody who's never had any?
You have to have it done, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be ladies who have had sexual contact, because it's not just done for that side of it. It's actually done to have a look and an assessment of the cells of the cervix and the surface of the cervix.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
It's more of a health. It's more of a health check, if you like, than actually looking to see. And it's not specifically for ladies who are sexually active.
Okay. When was the last time you sent me one?
A letter would have gone out, a contrast green, you were due in 2004.
Okay, right. And then you've written here, your test is due on or after 11th of March 2007.
Right.
Okay, why was that?
It's every 3 years.
So from 2004, you would say?
Because of your age group, it's every 3 years.
Right, okay, and so...
basically you're overdue, so a letter's gone out reminding you to take up the invitation if you want to.
Fair enough. And does that mean I was also due for a letter on the 2010 as well?
Yes.
Okay, right. So really it shouldn't be 2007, it should be 2010, shouldn't it?
It's probably come out because... I'm not sure why that date would have been on there, but it's a letter that comes out standard every 3 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, did you send one off to me on the 11th of March 2010?
How long have you been living at this? Well, the address I've got for you is 26 Robertson Road.
Right, okay. And, okay, so does that mean anyone who's registered with your practice would get a letter?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So really you're saying I was due for one in 2010?
Yes. But the letter comes from the screening, cervical screening. Avon Cervical Screening Centre.
Okay, right. So they liaise with yourselves and then we send them off to all women in it?
Yes, yeah, to all women, yeah.
Right, okay. That just clarifies things a bit. It's just that I know I've moved into different cities and different areas and I've registered with different practices and that.
Yeah.
And did I ever register with yourselves in the past? I know I've recently joined yourselves because I obviously I've moved back into Bristol. But did you have me on your system notaries before? A couple of years ago. Am I a returning patient? I should know the answer to that question.
Look. Your records go back to 2002.
2002, so in the past I have been with yourselves, yes?
Yeah.
2002.
Have you moved since 2002?
Okay, so prior to 2002 I was with the Eastern.
Oh, I've no idea.
So what have you got there? You've got 2002.
It was when you came.
When I came to Matrix.
That's the first entry we have, 2002 for you.
With which surgery was it for?
This is a Matrix practice.
So who was I with in 2002?
There's a consultation with the Matrix practice in 2002.
Fair enough. So 2002, so 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm just trying to work out, because I have been a patient with yourself in the past.
Yeah.
That means you would have sent me one of these every 3 years. And you would have sent me one, 2010 when was due, wasn't it? Because 2007 is the date we've got here. So 3 years from that, you would have wanted to send me one in 2010, but I wasn't with yourself, so you couldn't. So that's probably the reason, isn't it?
Right, if you weren't with, where were you with?
I was in Birmingham at the time. I was in the Midlands.
Okay, and were you registered with a GP out there?
I was, yes. So would it be their business to send me one?
Yes, it would be. If you were registered with another practice. But you didn't stop, you were registered with 2 practices then?
No, what happened was, in 2002, I must have left here, Matrix. Actually, it wasn't in 2002, because in 2005, I was in Barnsley, and I became a patient in 2005 in Barnsley. And then in 2007, I became a patient 2007 and 8, I became a patient in Birmingham. So 2002, you've got me down as Matrix, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, this is confusing because when did I leave Matrix? Is my question. What is the date you have of departure? I was with yourself in 2002, and then I know I went to Barnsley in 2005. Don't you have 2005 as your date?
What's the question again?
Sorry, I know it's getting a bit convoluted now, isn't it? I'm just trying to trace back when was I last a patient with Matrix. You've got me down as 2002 as being one of your patients.
You are an ongoing patient.
Now I am as some couple of weeks.
Consultations. There's consultations that go back to 2002.
Right, so that means I was a patient in 2002 with yourself, and then what happened after 2002? What happened to your system? Did I leave?
Well, it doesn't say that you've left, no.
Okay, so when I re-registered, why have I re-registered if I've never left, if you know what I'm saying? Because
it doesn't say that you've been discharged from our practice.
But when I went to Barnsley, did they not get in touch with you and get my medical notes from you? And so you realised that she's now in Barnsley, and so you dispatched my medical notes to another city.
If you register with another doctor, then your notes will go to that practice.
And so by default, that means I'm no longer a patient with yourself, because you can only be a patient with one GP practice at any one time, depending on where you're living, isn't it?
Oh, the last consultation here? Right, well, we've got ID registration details in August of this year.
Yes, because I came back to Bristol and I realised it's about time I joined a GP practice.
Right.
So I rejoined yourself in 2011, wasn't it, this year? But prior to that, I was in the Midlands, and then prior to that, I was in Barnsley.
Right.
So your dates actually say that from 2002, I was a patient with yourself, and then it doesn't say when I stopped being a patient with yourself. And now I rejoined, I realised that. But
in actual fact, this is probably something, I don't know whether you want to have this discussion with somebody else in the practice.
maybe I could, maybe the administration would be better.
My only concern was, a letter's been sent to invite you to have a smear.
Yes.
And if you would like to have one, you are welcome to make an attempt to have one. But if not, then that's your personal.
Thank you very much for sort of enlightening me a little bit on it and trying to for my detailed sort of questions. But I was aware that I've read some of the literature and it says if women are sexually active, i.e. having a relationship and have had sperm contact, and then it's appropriate. But because I don't fall under that category, I believe it's not appropriate for me. But you're saying it's an invitation for everyone, and you don't see that distinction.
Invitation that is given to all females, yes.
Fair enough. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Okay then.
Thank you. Thanks, bye.
Bye.
I hope you can hear most of that, and I will be clarifying what she said. But I clarified more than once that I'm not sexually active. I have never been sexually active. And she realises that, and she said it's for all women and you should still come. That is wrong. It is not for all women. It is only for sexually active women, because there is no evidence that there is a chance of cervical cancer in women who are not sexually active and have never been sexually active. And so had I turned up under her advice and instructions, and I believe she's under the Royal Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain, if I had listened to her advice, they would have said, well, why did you come? You're obviously sexually active. And then they would have extrapolated that incident to whatever situation they wish to build into this case, and they are still currently trying to build into this case. It is criminal, and the professional regulatory bodies, the GPHC and of course the Royal Society, who preceded them, need to be exposed, and they need to be reprimanded. They need to be told that this is not correct and you cannot set people up like this. I hope I can give you more information on the subject, which I'm hoping to do, but for now I'll just end there, and thank you for listening to my YouTube channel, Truth is Here, and please subscribe, and please continue to watch my videos and listen to my videos and try and understand the message I'm trying to impart here. Thank you. Goodbye.